Hi there, everyone. I'm the founder of Millionaire Society, and I would like to personally welcome you to this webinar. The content I'm going to be revealing to you in this session are only for members of Millionaire Society. And remember that as an active member, you'll always have full access to every webinar, training video, blueprint, turnkey product, our Rolodex, our software, and even our private support staff. So with that being said, let's begin. In this Society webinar, you'll discover 1. What micro-newsletters are and why they are important, 2. How to set up your own micro-newsletter for free, and 3. How to optimize it and stand out and increase your conversions. Let's begin. Let's kick off this webinar by diving in with what micro-newsletters are and why they're important. So a micro-newsletter is very simple. It is the ability to run an email newsletter service completely free. You don't have to pay for a domain name. You don't have to set up hosting. You don't have to get an autoresponder and deal with Aweber and email filters and all that kind of stuff. It's very simple, to the point. What I like to call micro newsletter, where you can literally charge a price that is an impulse buy price. For instance, when I've created this micro newsletter for Millionaire Society, I charged $4.95 and it worked out beautifully. So there isn't, a lot of other things that people can do and charge $4.95 and actually, think about profiting, because there's so many expenses involved with running online businesses anymore. So in this webinar, I'm going to show you from start to finish how to set up your own micro newsletter totally free. And, if you follow everything that I'm going to teach you in this webinar, by tomorrow, if you implement everything, let's say tonight, or even tomorrow morning, by tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, you will be making a recurring income, no doubt about it. And I'll even show you live proof and go through a live sample of doing this in real time on this webinar, so you can see how it really works. So you'll notice that with this newsletter, there's this logo up here, TinyLetter. TinyLetter is actually the service that I like to use for micro newsletters, and it's totally free service. And if you have already seen the blueprint system that I've created for you in Millionaire Society called Newsletter Cash, I talk all about TinyLetter and show you all the details that you need to know about how to set all this up. So just to kind of recap, if you go in Millionaire Society and click on Library and scroll down and click on Blueprints and scroll down again, click on Newsletter Cash, this will actually be the newsletter system where I show you start to finish, the overview, what this is, drilling down, basically how to drill down on your passions, and then, taking those passions and seeing if there's a need for them, to see if you can actually make money or not with your newsletter, and all the way from writing content to setting up PayPal to your newsletter setup to marketing. This is a very in-depth blueprint system, and you're not going to find this level of training anywhere outside Millionaire Society. And you should know by now that everything that I teach in Millionaire Society is going to always keep you on the bleeding edge of competition. And you're just, if you want to find this type of training anywhere outside the society, it's going to cost you a lot of money, and it's probably going to be old news, just because that's how other people sell their products, unfortunately. So you're probably wondering, well, if I have already taught all this in Millionaire Society, why am I doing a webinar about it? The reason I'm doing this webinar is because I want to show you from start to finish, literally in under an hour, how to set up everything and then how to optimize everything, how to do a lot of cool advanced techniques that I don't talk about in Newsletter Cash that are just going to blow your mind as far as making your newsletter beautiful and really increasing conversions. And I'm even going to show you a service that I use where you can track stats in real time that you can't just do anywhere else. So a lot of cool stuff that's going to happen in this webinar. So the first step is to how to set up and create your own micro newsletter for free. So we come to TinyLetter. Now, if you've already seen that blueprint system, please stick with me through this webinar, because I'm going to, again, show you a lot of stuff that I didn't show in that blueprint system. And that's just a big need for doing this webinar. So let's get started. I'm not going to make this webinar, extremely long, with all the little details and everything, because, that's what the blueprint system in Millionaire Society is for, is to show you all the details. So to just dive right in, to start with your newsletter name, you want to choose a username. Your username is going to be your URL, and just to kind of go let's go ahead and just say to go off of the previous webinars I've done. I actually created a Facebook page in the previous webinars when I was showing you how to create Facebook pages, and I even dropped a couple $100 in doing Facebook ads to get people to like this page, and let's go ahead and follow this model or the word isn't coming to me for some reason, but to follow the theme. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. The theme. I used Battlefield 3, and the way I want to do these webinars in Millionaire Society is to really, kind of make them build off each other and show you, okay, well, let's say you built a Facebook page and then you did some Facebook ads and you got a bunch of thousands of people to like your page. Well, then how do you make money? Well, in this webinar, using micro newsletters, that's how you can actually leverage your Facebook page and make money 100% going to you and not have to deal with affiliates and all that, or affiliate commissions and all that. So following the same theme, and Battlefield 3 being the theme, let's go ahead and name this newsletter, let's say BF3 Elite. And BF3 stands for Battlefield 3. Those that are that I targeted on my Facebook page, they are hardcore Battlefield 3 players. And I know that because when I did paid advertising, I actually targeted only people that have Battlefield 3 listed in their profile, which, they're pretty hardcore if they're actually listing one specific game title in their profile. And I know those elite gamers, they shorten it and just call it BF3. They don't say Battlefield 3. Or they would like to call the newbies call it Battlefield 3. So anyway, since it's BF3 Elite, you'll notice that this is going to be the URL people will subscribe to. So we'll hit continue, and then it's going to say, okay, let's go ahead and get started with your details. Full name, we'll actually call it BF3 Elite. You don't want to shorten it, or you don't want to have it shortened like it already was, because this is going to be the name that's going to be displayed when you send your newsletter. For newsletter name, we'll just call it BF3 Elite again. And then for the newsletter description, we can go ahead and I've already typed something up prior to this webinar just because I wanted to save you some time and actually dive in and show you cool stuff rather than having you sit there and watch me type stuff out. So I am going to paste this in just so you can see it, and I'll walk through it for you. So I'm starting it off by saying enrollment is currently open and will close when BF3 is released. Now that is because Battlefield 3 has not yet been released at the time of this webinar, and when I post a link on my Facebook page about this newsletter, I want people to know that this newsletter is only going to be open, and then when Battlefield 3 is released, it's closing down to the public. So keep in mind too, when you're putting in descriptions and typing it out, you have to put in HTML code to set up a break for a new line. So I just use BRBR. Then I say when you join, you'll be the first to get step-by-step videos, glitches, hacks, and cheats, and even tactics. They'll give you an unfair advantage on your competition on both PC and console. And the reason I talk about all that is because people that play Battlefield 3, that's what they're looking for. People that are the hardcore online gamers, they love glitches, they love hacks, they love cheats, they love tactics that will give them unfair advantages. So I say that's exactly what you're going to get. And then I say this information will never be public, which it won't be once Battlefield 3 is launched, and I'll basically just go out there and find glitches and go find hacks and cheats. I'll do the legwork and the research, and then get all that information and actually be posting it for the people in the newsletter. So, and that's just a perfect example as to what you can do as well when you run your newsletter. Then only members of BF3 Elite will have this competitive edge. It's always good just to kind of restate, the benefit, and then join now before it's too late. So once you put in your newsletter description, then you do your email address. We'll just say bf3elite@gmail.com and password. And then once you have your password in, then you just hit create account. No, I don't want to remember my password. And then it's going to share basically say, this is your link. So what you want to do, I recommend, is save this link now. Save it and, write it down, put it on a Post-it note, put it in a document, a journal, whatever it is you're doing to save your link, save your link. So I am just, I'm putting it on another monitor that I'm running right now on my computer, so it's there, and I'll pull it in later when we need it. So once you have your link, you just say, alrighty, that's it. Nice and simple. So you have your tiny letter, your micro newsletter set up now. So now that it's set up, just to run through real quick on these options, write a newsletter. This is how you actually write newsletters and publish them to all of your subscribers. People can actually reply. You can read your replies. You can see old newsletters you wrote. You can meet your subscribers. You can import emails. You can get your subscribe link and embed code if you forgot it. You can update your welcome message and change your design and settings. I want to focus on design and settings because, like I mentioned earlier, I want to show you some really cool advanced stuff in this webinar that I haven't previously taught in Millionaire Society. So design and settings, here we are, and the newsletter description. First, before we get into this, I am going to take that link that I was given and then actually put it here. So this is what your newsletter is going to look like as soon as you have it, or as soon as you created it. It's pretty boring. And if I came to this page, I probably wouldn't sign up because it just doesn't look cool. It doesn't have that cool factor. It doesn't really get me to want to put in my email. So let's make it cool. So where it says BF3 Elite, by BF3 Elite, first off, I don't like that. That's, it looks funny. So if you click on even more settings, there's an area called Byline. Since I'm going to post this and promote this on my Facebook page, and my Facebook page is called Battlefield 3 Insiders, I'm going to say Battlefield 3 Insiders. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit save every time I make a change because I want you to see how this works. So then I save changes. I came back to my other tab. I'm going to hit refresh. Now you see it says by Battlefield 3 Insiders. Now it looks a little better, and it relates to the what I'm teaching, or the page that I created on Facebook. So the next thing is down here it says email your address to subscribe, and then there's a big subscribe button. I don't want to say subscribe because it's not, they're not really subscribing. I want it to say enroll, because it's, I tell them enrollment is currently open. So what you want to do there, show even more settings. It says enter your email address to subscribe. I'm going to say enroll now. And then for the button text, I'll say enroll. And that's it there. And then the one more step, you don't have to worry about all that. This is just telling them about to check their email and confirm and all that stuff after they join. And before I hit save, I'll just go ahead and show you real quick the confirmation badge. We can go ahead and remove that because it would be nice to not have to say, hey, thanks for confirming. By the way, start your own newsletter. Let's just remove that if you can. Then for price, it says new subscribers must pay $0. $0 is free. We don't want this free. We actually want to charge people for it, right? So if we want to charge people for it, we would do, like $4.95. If you want to charge $4.95 a month, and then you could do no free trial, or you could do subscribers get the first month free. Tiny Letter collects payments for me. You want to make sure Tiny Letter collects the payments for you. If you do that, when you do that, then you'll be able to see all the money piling up in your Tiny Letter account, and you just hit one little button, and then Tiny Letter will actually send you the money via PayPal. The reason you want to do that is because if you have do the other option, payments go directly into your PayPal account, you're going to have to, you can see there's all of these, setup things you have to do. First, you have to have a PayPal business account. You have to visit the PayPal IPN settings, set your IPN, choose all. Don't deal with that. This is supposed to be simple. So just make it Tiny Letter collects payments for me. So then once we do all that, we'll go ahead and hit save changes. Come back to the page, hit refresh. Now you'll notice things changed a little. Now it says, $4.95 per month. Enter your email address to enroll now. Then they enter in their email and then hit enroll. So that is, how this works. And if you took off the monthly charge, for instance, I know some of you that are watching this webinar, you probably don't want, maybe you just want to build a newsletter and build a reputation and get a list of people so you can mail offers and mail affiliate program or affiliate offers and stuff to them. if you want to build a list that way, by all means do that, because you can get, thousands and thousands more people to sign up for your your little group if you don't charge for it. But if you go the free route and you don't charge for it, then you need to make sure you're going to be sending emails out of affiliate offers and stuff like that. And just some random ideas is that, let's say Battlefield 3 Elite, if I was doing this and it was free, they get all this free stuff, which is great. But then what I could do is I could say, send them out like a free information, like, videos on glitches, hacks, and cheats and all that. Let's say 2 or 3 times a week. And then once a week, I could send out some kind of affiliate promo, for something related to Battlefield 3, like let's say some kind of, guide or something someone is selling on ClickBank. I could, talk about that and review it and send that out to my subscribers. And, that is actually, over time, you would make more money making this free and then doing promos and sending out affiliate stuff via using TinyLetter that way, because the whole idea is to build a relationship with your subscribers. And if you're charging per month, you'll make money immediately. And trust me, you will, especially if you're in a competitive industry where people are used to paying money for things, like internet marketing, or like if you're teaching people how to do anything, or just any type of info product business. By all means, you can charge for it. But if you want to make more money and look at it as a long-term business strategy, don't charge for this upfront, and look at this as building a list, okay? So let's go ahead and just show you how that would work. If you go back, make it totally free, you have to click on even more options, and then just put 0, 0, 0, and then hit save changes. And then when you do that, you come back, hit refresh. Now the price is gone. Just enter your email address to enroll now. So, for instance, for Battlefield 3, I know the majority of the demographic is gamers, and I know a lot of gamers out there probably don't want to pay for information like a newsletter, because they know they can probably just spend some time and go search YouTube and find stuff on their own. Sure, that's fine, whatever. So what I would do in this industry is I would make it totally free, and my strategy would be to get tons of people to enroll and subscribe, and once they enroll, then I have them on an email list, and then I can mail them whatever it is I want to mail them over time. And it could be offers for anything. You could sign up for affiliate networks like ROI Rocket, and you could promote email and zip submits to them, where you're making $1.25 for every zip code they enter for things. You get really creative, and I might make a future webinar video showing you some strategies like that on what to promote to your free list if you'd like. So contact my support and let us know if you would like future webinars on that. But let's go ahead and leave this for free for now, just because the Battlefield 3 insiders, I know that that's the demographic. They would go for free much more than paid. But if you're doing an info product type business, go paid, because you can, that'll be perfectly fine. So little rant there, and I don't talk about any of those strategies, by the way, in the that blueprint course, like I mentioned. So if you've already seen that course, this is already all new stuff to you. So I definitely want to keep this webinar fresh and make sure that it's there's good stuff in here for everybody. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so I want to do more design stuff. So far, like I mentioned in the beginning of this webinar, I told you what micro newsletters are and why they're important. I showed you how to set up your own micro newsletter for free. And now let's talk about how to optimize and make it stand out to increase conversions. So with that being said, the first cool thing to do is add a video on your newsletter. So for a video, let's say we go back here and look, it would be cool to maybe have a video above the enrollment thing, like an inspirational video about something. So what we would do is go to YouTube, and once you're at YouTube, you could type in in my case, it'd be like Battlefield 3 trailer, and then just try to find something cool here. So I'm just looking, and this first one, My Life trailer, this is pretty cool. It's the first listing. So let's click on it and see what it looks like. And if it looks like inspiring or, gets people excited about the game or anything, then it could be a definite win-win on putting it in. So let's take a look at this.
I'm grinding until I'm tired. They say you ain't grinding until you die. So I'm grinding with my eyes wide, looking to find a way through the day. A life
Okay, that's pretty incredible, and it's inspirational because it looks like someone synced some music to it and everything. So I like that. So what we do next, knowing that that's what we want, we then click on share. And keep in mind, YouTube seems like they're always, every couple weeks, they're updating their interface. So if you're watching the recording of this webinar, this interface may change, which is fine. All you have to do is just try to find the embed button wherever it may be. So you click on embed, and then it gives you some embed options. Now, the iframe option, I'll tell you right now, with TinyLetter does not work. You actually have to use YouTube's old embed code. So what you have to do there is just click on use old embed code, and then it changes the embed code to this really long, ugly thing. And then the next thing you want to do is actually make the width a width that's going to fit in your newsletter. So looking at this newsletter, the width is from the enrollment to this period. That's the width. So we want to, I have this cool little tool. I'm just going to use it right now. It's called a Jing, and it'll allow me to, I'm going to check out and see what the width is here. So it looks about like 470. 470 would be a good width for a video. So let's go back to YouTube, and I'm going to do a custom width and type in 470. It automatically calculates the height, and it automatically puts it in the embed code. Pretty cool stuff. So we're going to hit copy and then go back to here. And this is, actually in the account where I can customize things. We'll actually put the video at the very top. I just copied and pasted. I'm going to put BR because I want a break in between the video and the newsletter. And then hit Save Changes. Settings been changed. Come back to the page. Let's hit refresh. And look at that. The video is embedded. It's beautiful. It's the video I wanted. I can hit play. The video is actually right there on my newsletter. So that's awesome. And for those of you that, let's say you don't want to pull an existing video down on YouTube, you want to create your own promo video for let's say you have a great idea for a promo video, you want to use presentation software, you want to use Animoto or something like that, that I talk about in other things throughout Millionaire Society. You can do that and upload your video to YouTube, and then just make sure your title, that's a benefit of doing your own video. Make the title very compelling, because that title is going to be automatically showing up here on the video before people can hit play. So you could make the title something really cool, like let's say if it was BF3 Elite, I can say BF3 Elite revealed, or BF3 Elite features, or something like that, or benefits, something to where people want to hit play. And there's some tricks out there to make YouTube videos autoplay. I don't like to do them myself, because sometimes, if people land on this page and they're, let's say, at work or at school or on their phone or something, for whatever reason, and the video starts playing, if it scares them, or if they don't want people to know that they're, not doing work or anything like that, they could close down your page faster than they opened it. So that's why I don't like to use the autoplay feature. And notice, everything looks great below. Got the video there. Now, there's only one more thing that I'd want to do to optimize this, and actually that would be changing the background image. So this is where it can get a lot of fun, and I've seen some, TinyLetter some tiny letter accounts out there people have created that is getting tons of signups, but they've just done an awful job on their backgrounds, and it's because they just don't know the potential and how to do the backgrounds properly. So let me show you how to do them properly. When you are on the tiny letter settings area, the design your sign up page, you can say, yes, I want to choose I want a background image. And then you want to make sure this is checked marked tile background image. And it is crucial. Now I repeat, it is crucial to choose and find an image that is actually, that is a seamless tile for a background. I'm going to repeat that. Choose an image that is a seamless tile for a background. Let me show you why and how that works. So I just went to, let's say Bing Images, and I'm going to type in seamless tile background. And then you're going to see a bunch of really cool background images that are just going to basically be, if you download these and put them as, let's say your background on your tiny letter page, they are going to be seamless, which means it's just going to look like one big image, and it just looks beautiful whenever you do it properly. So there's a lot of neat images here, and I would want a dark one, so this one looks really cool. But let's go ahead and just type in dark seamless tile background and see if there's other better looking ones. And I mean, there. You don't want to look like, by the way, like an 8th grader did it from the early 90s. So don't get something that's too busy and hard to read stuff on top of it. So I don't really like any of those. So let's just keep this simple. Let's click on this one. And this is a big image. This is like 1280 by 1024. That's actually too big. You want to keep your images kind of small. So if you actually choose size, choose like medium, and then see what shows up. That's kind of a neat one. It looks like a basket weave. Just see if I can find a good one here. Let's try dark seamless tile background. Looking at medium images. And what about dark wood? Because again, I want something that's just not too busy. This one looks good. This dark wood. So let's try that. That's pretty big too, though. 1024. Let's try dark wood medium. And well, crap. Can't really find. Let's just try dark wood tile background. Search medium. And this one could work. Because I'm looking at the size over here where it's like the actual size itself is 7 kilobytes, which is good. 208 by 240 is really good. So I can take that image and I'm just like going to drag it to my desktop. So all you have to do is click on the image and just drag it to your desktop. So I did that. So now what I'm going to do is go back and to Tiny Letter and then actually choose Browse to browse my computer. And here is that image. I just drag it to my desktop, hit open. And then subscription box position, I just leave it at top. You don't want an email address background. That can get really ugly. So leave that to none. And we're just going to hit Save Changes. And then settings have been saved. Now, if you actually chose one of the monster size backgrounds, and if you hit Save Changes, you're pretty much going to you're not going to go anywhere. It's just going to be sitting there and loading and loading and loading. And it's just kind of like a little bug Tiny Letter has, and I could never get past it. So that's why I try to keep the images really small. So now that I did that, I'm coming back to my page. I'm going to hit refresh. Now, look at this. I got this really cool wood background. That red bar at the top went away. And, Tiny Letter has their logo there, which, okay, that's fine. But it looks way better now, just because of that background alone. So let's come back here. I just want to show even more settings. And if let's see. Here, I just want to show you the subscription box position. If I choose bottom and hit Save Changes, come back and hit refresh, you'll notice now it loaded really strange. It's actually not even loading right at all because I have the video up there. What it does is it basically eliminates the whole tiny letter logo and stuff at the top, and it pushes everything, your whole box here up high. But then since I have the video there, it doesn't look right. So that's just another one of those reasons why I don't like to move that position. But I just want to show you, what happens. So let's put it back up top, hit save changes, come back, refresh, and here we go. So we've got room now. Okay, so now that we have everything optimized and it's going to stand out and increase conversions, there's one more thing that I want to do before this, we end this webinar, and I want to show you how incredible it is to take this, put it with a link shortening service where you can look at the activity in real time, and then I'm going to go just post it on the Facebook page I created and see what happens. And I've never done this previously, so I have no idea how this is going to turn out. It could turn out completely like awful, which is fine because this is real life. This isn't smoke and mirrors. So what I'm going to do is grab the link, which I told you to save your link before. It's just going to be tinyletter.com/your username. The username was BF3Elite, and you want to come to a service like this service, Bitly. There's a lot of these services out there. They're just URL shorteners, but Bitly is an awesome one that allows you to analyze your links in real time, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about in a minute. So I put in the URL. I'm going to hit shorten. Now there's my shortened URL. Very important to actually hit copy. Now I copied the URL to my clipboard, and what I'm doing is on my other computer monitor, I'm actually saving that URL so I know where it is. And now that I have that, I can actually put in the URL in like this URL followed by a plus sign at the very end, and then it will take me to a page where I can view data on this URL. And this is actually going to be live clicks that are going to be happening on this link. Okay, so you'll see how this works in just a second. This is really cool stuff. So we're going to go back to the Facebook page, Battlefield 3 Insiders, and now that we're here, sorry about that, hit a button and scrolled me all the way down. Now that we're here, I'm actually going to post the link, the Bitly link, but I'm going to tell people what it is I'm posting. And keep in mind, these are all pretty much gamers that are just extremely excited about Battlefield 3. And, just by doing very minor advertising, I already have over 2,000 people that have liked this page. So that means when I post a status update here, that's 2,000 people that are going to see that instantly. So let's go ahead and type just released, or here, just opened. Actually, I'm going to type this on a different screen because Facebook's been having some problems lately with the status updates. So I'm just going to just opened our private, actually our elite club, where our team will be revealing glitches, hacks, and cheats for Battlefield 3 when it is released. Enrollment for this club is currently open and will close on, I'm going to say October 27th, 2011, because that's when Battlefield is released. And that's the whole kind of pitch here is I want people to know this is like they need to join before the game's released. We'll close on when the game is released. Here is the link to join us. It's free, by the way. Okay, so I apologize for boring you to death by just, while you're just staring at this while I'm typing this on my other monitor. But I just want to type it all in so I could then just paste it. So there you go. Now you see it's all pasted, and then since I put a link in there, it's automatically going to, post where the link is and all that, which is fine. When you do tiny letter, it's automatically going to show you a thumbnail, but you can just say don't show a thumbnail because I don't want to promote tiny letter. I want to promote my stuff. So then once you're done, you just hit share. So now the link is shared. So just to show you how unreal it is to actually promote on a Facebook page. This Facebook page, again, only has 2,000 people that have liked this. So to me, that's not very many, because I mean, if you are serious about building an online business and you are building a Facebook page in a big industry, like let's say daily deals or the job industry, and you're, whatever, just a big industry, recipes or whatever, you're going to have hundreds of thousands of people probably liking your Facebook page. So especially if you provide good content. So this only has 2,000. I just posted the link saying, just opened our elite club, blah, blah, blah. Click this link to join us. It's free, by the way. I put BTW because, again, these people are younger demographics, so that they probably use a lot of these shortened words. So you want to talk their language. It's very important to talk their language, so it doesn't sound like you're some big company that's talking down to them. So now that is posted, and notice it says, the information about the newsletter here. We are going to go to Bitly, because remember, this is where the statistics are. I'm going to hit refresh, and I mean, this is under a minute ago I just posted this. So let's reload this page. And you can see there's already 3 clicks that have happened on that link, and it says in the last hour, but that's just because it was just, literally a minute ago. So I'm going to hit refresh again just to show you this is all real time. 5 clicks. So, I mean, clicks are already coming in this page, and that's off of just this posting right here. So if we let this go for, 30 minutes to an hour, there's probably going to be 100 or so clicks on this. And then that's when it starts to get fun, because knowing that there's been that many clicks and knowing that this is free, that you're not charging for it, then you can actually get tons of people to sign up for your micro newsletter. And then once people are signed up, again, you might not be making money up front for charging for your newsletter, but that's fine. You completely eliminated that barrier of entry, and you're just building a huge newsletter, a huge, what I call a micro newsletter list, and you're doing it totally free. You're not paying for hosting. You're not paying for a domain. You're not paying, you don't have any expenses. This is zero overhead to do all this. So let's go back to Bitly and just hit refresh again. Now we're up to 7 clicks. So, they can start to come in slowly, especially, the time of day and, what day it is you're posting. And there isn't really, there's not like a golden time frame for posting on Facebook. I mean, there's over 700 million members on Facebook now. So there's always activity happening on Facebook. It's unlike like sending emails out and knowing you should send emails out on Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Eastern. Like, it's not like that on Facebook. You can make a post at any time and you're going to get traffic. And then you're going to get even more traffic. It starts snowballing. Once this has been up for a while, people can actually hit the like button, and then it shows up on their news feed or on their profile. So all their friends see that they just liked this Battlefield 3 Elite newsletter. So then their friends will come, and then they'll look at it, and then they'll join because it's free. And I mean, you just build a massive email list. And again, you've done all this in minutes. And I mean, it took a little longer on this webinar. That's because I was explaining everything. But if you were doing this on your own, it would literally just take minutes. So we come back again, just hit refresh. Now we're up to 10 clicks. So again, I mean, this is free traffic, people. This is free traffic. This is all cutting edge stuff. Leveraging Facebook is a huge trend happening right now that you can ride the wave on. Creating micro newsletters with TinyLetter, it's all free. That's a huge trend that's going to happen. I say it's going to be another 3 or 4 months before it even catches on in the internet marketing community and other people start teaching it and charging stupid amounts of money to teach what you're learning right now. And then whenever they do teach it, you're even learning all these advanced techniques to embed stuff and the type of backgrounds to use and why, and why to make it free instead of charging. I mean, other people aren't going to teach all that. So let's just go back to Bitly again, hit refresh, and again, 12 clicks. So I mean, it's coming in steady, and it's going to be coming in steady for a while. So it's phenomenal. And then if we just go to TinyLetter itself and go back to home, you'll notice Meet Your Subscribers. I already have 2 people signed up to this newsletter. And yeah, it might not sound like a lot. But again, I posted this just minutes ago, and I did not pay anything for this traffic. And yeah, I did pay for people to get to like that Facebook page, but I didn't pay for that many people to like the Facebook page. It's growing organically, and you don't have to pay at all to do Facebook ads to grow your page. You can just start by just telling all your friends on Facebook about it and just doing very basic marketing to get people to come to your Facebook page. So let's just hit refresh again. I was just seeing more people signed up, but not yet. So once you're here, you can even click on Meet Your Subscribers, and you can see, all the people. There's actually been more than 2 people. All of these people have actually subscribed, but they may have just not got they may have not checked their email yet to click the confirm link. So 2 people actually confirmed it, which is unreal. So we go back to Bitly and then hit refresh again. We're up to 14 clicks. So that's it. It's very, very incredible. And I just wanted to make sure that I covered, everything you needed to know about micro newsletters on this webinar. Because again, I'm always going to keep you up to date with everything you need to know with building a successful, business on the internet. So there you have it. In this Society webinar, you've discovered 1, what micro newsletters are and why they're important. 2, how to set up your own micro newsletter for free. And 3, how to optimize it to stand out and increase conversions. Now, I'm glad you're able to attend, and if you're watching recording of this webinar, then I'm glad you're able to watch the recording. Always remember that as a member of Millionaire Society, you will always have everything you need to succeed in building an online business in one place. Thank you.